If you don't know, credit acceptance agrees to settle.
They said take the deal. They say you can't win. Time is read the fine print, smile. Say, watch this, then watch this. They had that paper, thought the game was over. He pulled receipts out, dropped the photo on the table. Every call,
you're rocking with the best.
Judge looking sideways, bank looking unstable. They tried pressure, he chose pressure back. He did their own work, they just ran the same track. In that cold lobby, you could feel it turn when they whispered in the corner. You could smell that burn. Thomas beat the bank, that's fact, not fiction. Had them circle back for quiet submission. They said we settle in the truth, got loud. Now the online guru got a show in now. Praise a new culture empire, say it from the soul. Supreme elite team, turning pressure into gold. Thomas beat the bank, that's frame, that's proof. Put respect on the name when you speak that truth.
You're rocking with the
Just
best.
accept your fate. He built the case up, brick by brick, no haste. Zoom screen froze when the lawyer saw the file. Emails on display, all that just in case style. He ain't flex on, just to calm, alright. When they slid papers, he said numbers not right. Walked out lighter, they walked out tight. Whole play flip in a Tuesday live. Thomas beat the bank, that's fact, not fiction. Had him circle back for quiet submission.
You're rocking with the best.
Got it out, now the online gurus got a show wins now. Where's the new culture empire? Say it from the soul. Supreme elite team, turning pressure into gold. I'ma beat the bank, that's frame, that's proof. Put respect on the name when you speak that truth. Yeah, it's all
got my teacher teaching. Started out with a stack of bills, hand-me-down suit, no fancy skills. Library card, late nights, cheap coffee, highlight ink on every page he copied. No letters on the wall, just notes on the floor. Scratch math running down the old front door. Every question that the others left fade, he turned into a rule and a plan he made. Thomas started teachers, teacher, built it all from broken pieces. Read the books, the words got weaker. Turn confusion into secrets. When they ask who wrote the feature, who's the man behind the speakers? Tell them that's my quiet leader. Thomas started teachers teaching. He could turn a red line black in a week. Balance out the numbers while he barely speaks. Spreadsheets open like a map of his mind. Sees a hidden pattern where the rest go blind. Court dates circled in a second-hand phone. Drafts every filing like it's carved in stone. Plain white paper but the case shines through. Judge starts seeing what he already knew. Thomas started teaching.
You're rocking with the best.
Read the codes, the words got clearer. Found the cracks and closed the leaks in every form, each line, each feature. He's a quiet, heavy thinker. Tell him that's my steady leader. Thomas taught the teacher's teacher. No cat, no gun, no gun, no gun. Just a small hometown, but he wrote every page. Self-taught, self-made, self-drive. That fire turned out into something higher. We don't just follow, we climb behind him. He draws a map, we rise inside it.
Hi, I'm Jim Bullock. Ever wonder why so many pro se litigants lose in court? It's simple, ridiculous, and stupid. They refuse to follow the rules.
What did you say? What did you say? Because pro se litigants, they don't think the rules apply to them. They think that how they see it, and they can just do whatever they want, and the judge's supposed to just agree with them because they're right. What did you say again, sir?
To follow the rules.
They what?
No, they refuse to follow the rules.
What?
They refuse to follow the rules.
What?
They refuse to follow the rules.
Okay.
No judge in this country is going to rule against his colleague and fellow bar member. We can easily and legitimately rule against you because you have failed to follow the rules of court. especially when they're available online for anyone to read and understand.
When have you ever not made a payment since July 1st, but yet they're reporting the account as current, meaning they're not going to report negatively? Let's focus on that for a second. Let's just figure out ways. Let's just figure it out. How is this mathematically?
You don't gotta know what's going on. Because even the thing that's so good about using common sense is that you may not know what's going on, but the universe and Father God is going to attract you to the people that actually know instead of the people that's trying to scam you.
That's what I know.
The vapor money theory states that any debt based upon a loan of credit rather than legal tender is unenforceable. This was argued in Johnson versus Deutsche Bank. This theory has been consistently rejected by federal courts as frivolous and insufficient to withstand a motion to dismiss. But these are the same things that they will tell you to send to the company. This is why they don't ever want you to go to court with it. They all want to administrative claim your ass to death. This is why they stay away from courts. All the plaintiff's claims are based in whole or in part on this frivolous theory, and they are therefore subject to dismissal.
The only dispute he appears to have is that a few paragraphs here, he does not agree with the fact that by virtue of defendant's default or breach, the entire balance of the account is now due, and these statements were attached, that the contract and or monthly statements are written instruments, evidence indebtedness with a specified interest rate, and that he disputes whether or not it's account.
You're rocking with the best.
Gotcha, bitch.
Welcome to today's live stream brought to you by the New Culture Empire and the Supreme Elite Team. In this live stream, we uncover the latest development in Thomas' lawsuit against Credit Acceptance Corporation.
You're rocking with the best.
She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global stand. On my wrist like a stage, they can't glance. You look like you wanna let go of stress. What's up? I thought so, okay. I'm back in this symphony, stuck on the bench. What's up? I thought so, okay.
That. Good, y'all. Hold on.
Run it up, running it bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global brand. It's been fresh white tee, chrome on the rim. Big body slide, whole block look slim. Wrist on chill, but the boy too hot. Turn my last sale to a key to the spot. Plug on the phone, say let's slide. Came from the back, now we front row live. Couch full of cash, can't sit, can't fold. Used to pray for a play, now it's overload. Run it up, running bang, bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Spending that leaf, going global. Ooh, expand, blue.
Yeah. We are in the building on this stream because, as you know,
You're rocking with the best.
All right. So, of course, that you know that I reached a settlement agreement with CAC, Credit Acceptance Corporation, and the settlement agreement was signed today. Supreme Elite Team, I showed y'all little snippets of it because this is a confidential settlement and I am not allowed to speak on the terms of the settlement. I'm not allowed to speak on the terms of the settlement. The emails I posted, you can catch the picture. You can get the picture from there. Just know that with my claims asserted, the lawsuit filed, we have reached an agreement on those. Credit Acceptance admits no wrongdoing and continues to deny any and all claims. This settlement was for the sole purpose of not spending lengthy time and expenses in a lengthy, complex litigation. So, through a agreement between me and credit acceptance, we decided that the best way to resolve these issues was outside of the courtroom, and they that was beneficial for them and it's beneficial for me. All of my concerns related to the contract were addressed, and I have no more issue now. Everything's good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Trolls. If you have a legitimate, you can come in. If you have a legitimate, I don't think it's legitimate because I don't know what you would say that's different from me and the professionals. But the question is, y'all, is with these people, you know what they got to ask themselves? They got to ask themselves, how do I separate myself so I won't continue to be subject to these terms and agreements that I can't get myself out of? See, once again, we're good. Obviously, I really don't have to teach. Obviously, because I'm going to be good regardless. I'm going to continue to practice what I preach, and I'm going to be a living example of, yes, the system does work. The court system is very good. And it goes back to the old times and all the professionals and all the people who know how the system goes, is the winners or losers. It all depends on what you know and who you know. I mean, let's ask yourself, y'all. If they have enough time to troll, I actually don't mind because it's the engagement. So if they type in the chat, control as long as if they're saying things that are untrue, unfounded, if they're saying things that can hurt the channel, then y'all know what to do. But no matter why you're here, you're here. It's going to be hard for see, this channel is not like any other channels in the sectors where people are just going to agree with the host just because they like him or they follow him. The people that are in my group that continue to rock with me, they've actually seen everything for black and white. So even if I remove myself from the situation, they're not going to agree with me just because I'm saying it. They've already confirmed it. His partner already got his case settled with Citibank today. Shout out to the one and his partner for getting that case settled with Citibank, all based on what goes down in the Supreme Elite Team Group. Called me earlier. They called me earlier today. I said, oh, snap. Congratulations. All based on what I teach in my group. So you can, I mean, y'all, let's understand one thing about these spaces and these people. Y'all, we got to understand one thing. A lot of these people, y'all, this is what y'all got to understand. A lot of these people, shout out to Derek, Tahir in the building. Welcome, Derek. Welcome, Tahir.
What up?
What's up, y'all? So, yeah. So, what we need people to understand is, it's like they want to be down. Think about it, y'all. They've been on this Facebook group, this misinformation out there, y'all. That information out there, y'all. That information out there. They don't know where to turn. Everybody's the same. Oh, But in reality, y'all, they really want to be down. They like Brandy. I want to be down. They want to be down, but it's too much pride and ego for them to humble themselves so they can really be down, y'all. So let's just, it's kind of like you got to handle them like with a bubble wrap them. They don't know any better, because if they knew better, they do better. If they really knew how to get themselves out of their own auto situations or their mortgage situations, do you think they would be wasting time? They would be getting things done. But y'all, everybody can't know this. Like only 2% of the world knows the methods I employ anyway. So of course there's some frustration there. Like, why don't you just come spill the beans to all of us for free online? Of course. But you got to understand, the system is not designed for everybody to win. The system is designed for very few people to win. Pro se litigants are at the end of the totem pole in many court cases. I just so happen to been involved with courts for a long time, and we got connected with top elite professionals in this field. So we know things that the average person doesn't exist. You can't be mad at me for that. You probably got to look at yourself and be, why aren't I attracting these professionals? Why don't I have the mental patience? Why don't I have to take the time, blood, sweat, and tears to really understand? What's wrong with me? You don't got to ask what's wrong with the New Culture Empire. You got to ask what's wrong with you, because what I know, you can know if you apply yourself. Now, we are going to address tax issues next. I'm going to address that issue. Actually, we're going to do one thing first. We was going to do that. I will put that I'll move that to the side. Well, I had a video for y'all, but that's going to be in the next segment. But before that, Ty here, Darren, what is going on? Oh, hold on. Darren, Ty here, I got a question for y'all.
Yo.
With regards to the taxes and the tax returns for this, securitized transactions, did I not hold a open class making clarifications and clarifying things? Did I not have an open class?
Yeah.
Related to that? And they're not saying the class, they say, y'all, I'm trying to reach out to everybody because I wanted them to be here in this class as well. That I sent emails and I sent links out to people, hell, even people that signed up last year. I went through my book and I sent everybody a link. So I told people we was going to clarify some things, and that the IRS went back to their pre-COVID regulations on the taxes, and they're going to be employing a strict regulations regard to auto tax returns. We're dealing with your auto transaction. Now, when COVID hit, of course, they were severely understaffed. Y'all seen the emails between me and the Treasury agent.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all seen that. Okay, I was gonna make sure I seen the emails. And they were working, remotely, and they didn't have time to do their examinations 8 months, 9 months. So they were giving you the benefit of the doubt. So when people were filing their tax act online and their 1099Bs, the IRS was giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So they was issuing refunds for 2020, 21, 22.
Yes.
It didn't mean that the IRS actually agreed with your position. See, the IRS can issue you a refund without them actually agreeing with your position. Like they don't have to agree with your position to issue a refund. They accept your position. You get what I'm saying? That's a difference.
Right.
So did y'all not hear me say when we read the IRS regulations where they say these transactions are going to be decided on a case-by-case situation?
Absolutely.
All the facts and the circumstances on a case-by-case.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Meaning they can issue a refund for this return, but not issue a refund for this return.
Right.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to I just wanted to make sure because I had some people hit me up asking, hey, what about the updates? What's the update with the IRS? And I said, if I get an update,
Okay.
right. If I get an update, you'll get an update. If I get it, remember, it's your this is one thing that the courts say in all this too. Most people think that a tax return prepared that was filed, and best believe, you know how many people I did taxes for this year where their tax prepared and messed their return all the way up? I mean, they butchered their return. So we had to do amendments, we had to fix shit. It was a whole lot of things we had to fix, man. We had to profit and loss, Schedule C's. It was just so much that was left out. No depreciation forms to reduce their tax liabilities. And I've been on the record, and Tahir, you've been here the longest. How many times do I have to tell people that you're not entitled to a refund just because you have an auto loan? For them, just for the sole purpose that you got an auto loan that
It's
you're entitled.
numerous times, almost every class when you address the subject matter. Yeah.
All right, bro. Because I think people hear what they want to hear instead of getting the full context. The IRS is not going to issue you a refund for the sole purpose that you just have a auto loan or a mortgage loan. The IRS,
they don't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. And their regulations. And number one thing that I've said in the class, 1 second, Design Tech Inc. I don't know who you are, but another thing that I said is the IRS is not going to issue these type of refunds for these securitized transactions based on the consumer loan. Remember we read, I showed it to you that these doesn't apply to consumer loans. So we had to go on the other side. Remember, we had to go on we had to go on the other side because it doesn't apply. So I've been very clear on the record. And if people don't want to reach back out, don't want to follow up, actually don't even want to understand what's being submitted. When you look for documents with no understanding, you find yourself still in a position where you're always going to be relying on someone else to hold your hand, walk you through, but then you have someone to blame when you don't get what you want. Now, y'all been around me long enough. With all due respect for the people out there, do you think I give two rats asses about you blaming me for something not working? Like, I mean, maybe most people think that if I say something about them, most people won't go to them. See, the difference between me, I know, we get it. I know it's a ploy. We know, See, the problem with that is I don't have clients from online. I have clients in real life, like real life. Right. I got two clients that's in my neighborhood, live 2 doors down. Have a client that's next door, my neighbor. You get what I'm saying? Like
they know your worth,
right?
They know your worth and the research that you put in. Some of them, but it's just the information that you point them out to, and the information that you're sharing with them to give them remedy within the corporation's own words and contracts and agreements. There's the way out. The way in is the way out, and you're pointing that out to them.
Yes, there's definitely a way out, but I believe that most people expect, because I had someone reach out to me about their taxes, and I said I was finished with them, and I said, listen here, I'm done with your tax return, but you don't have a legitimate claim for a refund. As best I can do for you is you're not going to get a refund, but you're not going to owe any taxes. And reality is that may be the answer to a lot of these securitized, because the IRS has broad powers. These these filings under these IRS rules are under the IRS rules. Y'all have seen it in class. We went over it, meaning they have the broad power, right? And I pointed this out to my group first. I said, listen, y'all, hey, change of plans. The IRS went back to pre-COVID regulation enforcement. What worked in 2021, 2022 may not work in 2025. It's not going to work in 2026. So we have to go through the other door because the IRS, they have the powers through the chief counsel to implement a new regulation, to relax the regulation, and all it takes is a memo, an email. Darren, just like the one you sent me last night.
Right.
Remember that? Okay, that's how the IRS rules change. Just like that, a memo. Memo. That's how it changes. It's no act of Congress changing the laws. That's how it changes. So with the IRS having the broad powers to either grant a refund or not grant a refund, that's in their sole discretion. It's in their regulations. Actually, it's under subchapter F, procedure administration. So when I throw the information out there to tell people that, my question is to y'all is, why don't they go yell at the IRS and tell them that's not fair? Why don't they go tell them fair? I'm saying, why don't they tell the IRS that's not fair?
Well, you know, I think and I want to comment on this because I think it's like an overall theme of just this week of everything that's been going on, and even with your win, it all comes down to having patience, and it comes down to being able to understand what you're actually trying to do, because even whether it's the court process, the IRS, there's a procedure for a reason. There's manuals, there's memos. I mean, there's so many things that you have to go through just to, let's just say, step one. So if you have been doing your taxes a certain way for, like, let's just say 10 years, and you have 5 people around you that have been doing it the same way, why all of a sudden when April comes around, you're expecting a payout? Like, it doesn't make sense at all.
And I try to warn people. I say, listen, I can't make up a refund for you. I can't make up $1 million check for you. I can't make that up. Taxes, a tax refund is going to come down to one question, 2 questions, and 2 questions only. Did you overpay in taxes? Number 1. Number 2, if you didn't pay the taxes yourself, who paid them on your behalf so we can credit you with the tax payment? And if those credits are more than your tax liability, then you get a refund of the difference.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're in a simple W-2, securitized transaction, investment, Schedule 1, whatever the tax scenario is, it's all going to come down to the overpayment of taxes. So ask yourselves this question, people out there: how do I convert my auto loan into the overpayment of taxes? By me attaching an auto loan to a tax return, ask yourself, how is that answering the question that I overpaid taxes? See,
it doesn't.
They don't know the answer. You see, no, that's the part. See, they don't know the answer, right? They don't know the answer. I know the answer. They don't know the answer. So this is one of the dangerous things when you have no understanding, you have no foundation, and you just want to hear what you want to hear, and you're looking for quick, fast, free money. You start to become like, it really makes these people look bad. No, it makes them look bad because, number 1, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You're responsible for what you hear. I'm responsible for following the rules and the regulations. If the IRS doesn't allow it, you're not going to get it. There is no secret trust. There is no secret account that the IRS is going to tap into. And y'all know, we went deep into the IRS rules and regulations and group. Like we went deep into it. Regulations and rules and manuals that most people don't even know it's a part of the IRS curriculum.
Right.
And once again, one thing that you're going to learn about the IRS, they're going to do whatever the hell they want. So you may not. Let me tell you this: you talk about an agency. See, with a finance company, hold on 1 second. Let me say this: with a finance company, you can hold their feet to the fire. Mortgage company, you can hold their feet to the fire, and most likely they'd be like, "All right." With the IRS,
that don't matter.
They gonna listen with them, motherfucker. You think your stamina gonna be tested with a finance company? These people will sweat you out for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Want to know why? Because I got documents from quite a few people. And remember this married couple I told you about, they fought the IRS for 5 years for their refund. 5 years, from 2016 to 2021. The claim started in 2016. 2021, they finally released the claim and gave them their refund. They had to fight it for 5 years. And they was right the whole time. Because I have every single document. 5 years, y'all. Half a decade. So, if you don't have the patience, I don't know what to tell you. And patience ain't like a year, 6 months. Patience could be anywhere up to 2 years. But let me just tell you this, though. If there is no finality, and it's been almost like a year, probably pushing a year, and they still haven't gotten back, do you know that there is a rule in the law that they do have to give you a definite answer? And the rules and laws says this: the IRS must issue you a disallowance of claim. They formally have to disallow the claim. The problem with the IRS is they rarely ever do it. Y'all know that. Y'all know that first. Remember, I had to force them their hand to. That's what gets the ball started.
Right.
Yep.
Like they rarely ever do it. And this is, yo, listen, do you think the IRS follows their rules?
Oh, no. Absolutely
Why
not.
they had to get on a commissioner 2 years ago in 2024. They had to get on a commissioner.
You know, do you notice that the commissioner's always down there in front of Congress getting drilled?
Right.
Holding up people's refunds, stealing people's refunds for no reason at all.
No reason at all.
They're always getting grilled. They are always getting grilled. Not issuing notice of deficiencies, doing assessments while you got a FOIA request in, still issuing assessments while you got an amended return in. Everything's supposed to be stopped. And then you're supposed to get a notice of deficiency on your amended return. Do you think that, because that's what legally gets the ball tolling when them issuing a disallowance of claim? Prime example, perfect scenario. So let's say we file a tax return for auto transaction. And let's say a year goes by. Within 6 months of the claim, they're supposed to issue a notice of deficiency. But if they don't issue a notice of, not notice of deficiency, a disallowance of claim. But if they don't issue a disallowance of claim, internally, they can still say this matter is under review. And they can continue to get a 120-day extension.
Right.
And it's internally. They don't even have to let you know. The supervisor just signs off on it. So they can 120-day, 45-day, 45-day, 120-day, 120-day, 180-day, 180-day. Then it got to go up to the supervisor for finality. That's how it goes.
I definitely know.
Right. You come on, bro. You know. So until they actually issue a disallowance of claim, it's only thing that we can request is the refund or a disallowance of claim. Once they disallow the claim, then you can appeal it. And then from there, once they issue a disallowance of claim and you appeal, they got 2 years to render a decision. But within that 2 years, you got 2 years to file a suit in the tax court. So when you submit your notice of appeal, you got your disallowance of claim. When they send the letter and you appeal that, you got 2 years to bring a suit in tax court for your refund. During that 2 years, they can reverse their decision and issue the refund, or you can take them to court. If you want to know how it really goes, you want to update, there go your goddamn update. You really want to update how it goes? That's how it really goes. Now, do you have the stamina to keep pushing? You want your update?
9 times out of 10, most people won't.
There go your update. Straight from the rules and regulations. So if those people out there who they seem to never show up when I drop the links, hey y'all, I sent the links out in September. Like, yo, everybody meet with me. Let me give y'all an update. They seem to just forget and go about their lives. But then as soon as they see a video of a success, hey, any update with the IRS? Well, the question is, do you have any business dealings with me? Because if you don't, why the hell would you care? I mean, these are the same people that still thinks that paying on their contract and honoring the contract is that's the right thing to do. I said, you know what? I used to think like that too, until I understood how the system worked. What contract are you talking about? What contract are you honoring? You don't even know what contract you honoring. Which one is it? Barbecue or mildew? You gonna continue to give away free money? Why are you paying on a contract that you probably already satisfied? You just want to give away your free money like that? Go ahead, be my guest. Sign them up. Sign them up, coach. But so that's what that, you know, I just wanted to address shit. Video output. I just want to address that. So what are y'all thoughts on the CAC settlement?
Oh man, that's a loaded question.
Thoughts was congratulations. They came to their senses like they knew they would eventually have to. I mean, you covered every avenue that they could use to escape their obligation on their behalf.
Yeah, but G, I know. Oh, go ahead, Darren. Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say I wish I would have called you before you signed.
No.
I mean it's incredible. I mean, to see.
Y'all,
I mean,
go ahead for a second. Go ahead, talk, Dan. I got to run fill my cup.
Yeah,
Y'all
go ahead. Just to be able to see the like from step one to now, to see the whole process. I mean, everything you've ever talked about or Lamont's ever talked about, I mean, it's been on point. I mean, even if there was any discrepancies or anything that's popped up, I mean, we've always talked about it in class. He's never hid anything, and all the professionals that are in the group, they confirm everything. It's never someone's coming in and trying to little bro him or anything. Like, it's always we're building and get understanding and just continuing to move on. So I mean, it's just it's phenomenal.
It is.
Well, welcome to the stage, T-Ski.
Yo, what up?
What up, y'all boys?
Yeah. So, but here's the thing, though. What a lot of people don't understand, and I try to get them to understand, y'all. When you inform these people of their violations, y'all, they're not gonna roll over and play dead. See, they think that I let you know what's going on. Now you're supposed to do this, y'all. As soon as you let them know of the violation, as soon as you let them know of the violations, they're not going to roll over and play dead, and they are not going to just fix it. These people are going to make you. They're going to make you prove that you know what you're talking about. And you know what's so crazy? That another clause, part of my settlement, no third party help.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they no third party help. I can't help nobody else. That was part of the settlement. I can't help. That's part. I nobody else, and they're gonna know. Nobody. I'm not helping nobody else with CAC because I legally cannot. So you're on your own. But everything that was a part of my lawsuit, I've been was trying to let them know. So let's check that out. You all just called me about 10 seconds ago, so I'm just returning the phone call. Now, this was right at the time during my investigation. Ooh, the one your device is not connected. You gotta connect your device. You need to connect your camera mic before I can add them. So you can just turn it on. Then when you come on stage, you can be cam down. So this is during my investigation. This is all this took place before the lawsuit was filed. Well, at 3:41, I received a call from Credit Acceptance, but I missed the phone call.
Okay, because I'm showing the last time we reached, or that you spoke to someone in our department was on the 10th. You were looking over your contract and application and said you went over to the...
That's probably what the call, yeah, that's probably what the call was, that just whoever just called me from Credit Acceptance, it's regarding that for the simple information, simple for that reason right there. And this, I believe I've been very trying to work with Credit Acceptance, and Credit Acceptance just doesn't want to show don't want to work with me. And the issues that I have, if I was to, take other actions, I know I would prevail because are my main source of my. Yeah, so a lot of these things based on the settlement agreement, I had to block some things out, part of the settlement agreement. Yeah. So this is at the stage where I'm like, y'all, they was bucking. They was bucking. They was, right. Y'all, they was bucking. They like, we don't care. You know how many times I got that on the phone? And I would let y'all know, like, yo, they bucking. They are bucking. Right. And it's at this stage, it's like, okay, what you gonna do now? See, most people will continue to try to send them administrative documents. And then when that didn't work, they'll try to move to a negotiable instrument. Then that didn't work. Then they'll send to an affidavit, or since they didn't accept the negotiable instrument, they'll tell themselves that the debt is discharged now. So then they stop paying, and then they get sued, and then they get their stuff taken. You get what I'm saying? It's just a snowball effect. So with me, I'm like, y'all, do y'all not? Okay. Even in the face of, yo, I got y'all. Here, look. They're still going to be like, so what? Want to know why? Because unless you can prove it in court, they don't care. You can have all the evidence against them in the world. They're not going to crumble unless you could prove you can win in court. If you don't have court repertoire to your whole situation, even with the IRS, you don't know how to take them to court. You're always going to be subject to their mercy administratively. Complaint. And all I said was, I just said, you know what? I'm going to ignore, even though I'm going to ignore that there was never any title from the dealership to Credit Acceptance who has the loan right now. And then I'm going to ignore the mere fact that the Credit Acceptance has with the dealership, and my retail installment contract is being used. And all I said was, knock the principal balance down to 10 grand, and I will still pay for the truck, because we know that Credit Acceptance, like this is stuff I can prove all this. Credit Acceptance knows where I come from, and they just say, well, whatever. Huh? So yeah, I was like, even with all these violations, I still don't mind paying. I still don't mind paying. And it was basically saying, I caught y'all with your hands in the cookie jar. So I believe that's enough good faith showing to get a renegotiation. If they would have agreed to the renegotiation, you would have never seen a lawsuit from me. Mm-hmm. because I've already had a truck paid off by now.
Right.
So it's like, damn, y'all really don't care. Y'all reputation is really, we don't give a damn. We're gonna come to court and we're gonna defend. I'm gonna tell you this. You bring a lawsuit to anybody out there that's listening, you bring a lawsuit against credit acceptors, you better be prepared to fight tooth and nail. They not stopping. They're gonna keep coming. And they're gonna repossess that vehicle too. If you're not paying during your little disputes. Actually, they're gonna take it fast. I see him on TikTok crying. You signed it, granted, but I wasn't expected to pay to you all. I was expected to pay, and credit acceptance in there says that the loan is not, this is on their, they don't even have me down. And so it's like I'm just providing the money. Okay. Per settlement agreement, I can't play the whole thing. Nah, it's per the settlement agreement. There you have.
Nah, I got you, but I think when you say these things, right, it's coming out easy, right? Because you have understanding, you did it. It's like the back of your hand, right? But I think a lot of the frustration that people go through is it because you say the things the way that you say them, and you don't make it easy for them. They get frustrated and they lash out. You know what I mean? And
with the redacting and saying it and then leave it. Because
Right.
here's the thing though. What is anything about this system easy?
No, it's not
No,
easy.
I get your point.
Yeah.
I get your point, but I'm speaking like on terms of them. Even
Right.
if I wrote it down to like a 4-year-old can understand, it wouldn't mean anything to that person unless they know it for them.
Right.
I mean, putting something on paper is one thing, but being able to argue its substance in court, that's a totally different thing.
Right. And there's so many nuances, and it's like it. And the reason I smile and I laugh when we go through these things is because they think it's just step 1, step 2, step 3, but it's the in between stuff that they don't know about, that you had to go through, that we saw in the group that they don't know about. And it's
yeah.
is what
and some of this stuff, Darren, you can't even prepare for. You just got to meet it when it comes. It adjusts on the fly. Like
right. So it's like when we talk about these things, it's like I remember when he went through that. I remember when he went through that. But it just happened. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen next. You know what I mean?
And anybody that guarantees do this, then it's gonna happen like this, then you happen like this, let's do this, they're lying to you. Anybody online that's guaranteeing 100% step by step, and this is gonna happen. First, I'm asking, show me where it's happened for you.
Right, because none of that happened.
You can't guarantee that's going to be the same response every single time. Everybody's situation is different.
Absolutely.
Like that, I couldn't put a suit together for you that's going to be identical to Tahir's.
Right.
That's going to be identical to T's. All y'all got 3 totally different separate situations. So if I'm offering a one-stop shop document that is going to that document, it's impossible for it to cover all multiple. It has to be tailored to each person's specific situation. But when you're offering securitization classes for $33.33 and a 4-hour masterclass for $22.22, and you got about 40,000 followers on Facebook, 22, they're looking at it. Hey, if I get 1,500 people to pay $22 and $33, see, they look at quantity instead of quality. There's no way a legit master accounting class or securitization class is going to be sold for $33.33 with all the nuances dealt with that stuff and all the cross references and all the stuff you got to know and still put it in the legal form, all the nuances, all the hours it's going to take to put it together piece by piece for $33. Any professional or intelligent investor would run from that price.
Absolutely.
They'll be like, if you really knew what you was talking about and it's going to bear results, why would you sell it for $33? You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't even look at it from that standpoint. They're looking at it as like, oh, that's easy. I can afford that.
That's why they steady getting scammed, because they're too cheap. They
Right.
want the most for the less.
Right.
It's an impulsive buy. Is the 30 bucks? All right, let me pay this. The next course, it's another 30 bucks, and it's just over and over again. And then by the time you look back, they spend like $500 on these mini courses that led to nothing.
Led to absolutely nothing. And each teacher, I'm not telling them what to charge or what not to charge. What I'm saying is, y'all, this is stuff that very few, even professionals, are very well versed in.
We know this now.
We know that, it's so very few professionals are well versed in accounting and securities and wrapping it all in the lawsuits. Very few. Like their attorney, credit acceptance attorney, he's one of the few that's well versed in this stuff.
They couldn't find one in Virginia. What does that tell you?
Right. They couldn't find a lawyer in Virginia to take this case. They had to go to Maryland. So with that being said, you got to understand that this is not no normal situation. This is, I mean, I hate to use the word, but this is kind of like top elite knowledge and information type stuff going on. So at bare minimum, the teacher at least has to show proof that the teacher has utilized it themselves. Like that is and we're not talking about the specifics of the teacher situation. We talking about the core elements of what the teacher's teaching, that teacher employed it themselves in their own situation. Because people don't, I think that people are not buying processes. I thought they're paying for results. I thought that would be the number one thing that they can buy. But even when you're buying results, there's nothing about this system that's ever going to be 100% guaranteed.
Nope.
Y'all know I don't make 100% guarantees.
Right.
Because there's no way I can guarantee. I didn't even, y'all, did I ever guarantee that I was going to win this?
No.
No.
Absolutely
not.
You said it was no guarantee you were going to win it.
Right. I said, there ain't no guarantee I'm going to win this case. The judge could throw it out now. Right. I already said, like, there's no guarantee I'm going to win this. Like, this is a extremely uphill battle for me based on in terms of the claims that I'm bringing. Some judges don't want to touch it. They're going to be real strict. And as you can see, the federal judge is real strict, even down to the servicing. Y'all see what I'm saying? The federal courts are strict with the rules, y'all. They're not letting it go.
But what you put emphasis on was following court rules and procedures.
Yes.
Like 80% of it was following court rules and procedures.
And even with that, there's a chance where the judge may see it different from you. Because y'all remember when I said actual notice and found a case? Remember, the courts ruled differently.
Right.
And it all came down to certified mail or registered mail. You know, I noticed that, right? That's what the judge, like, certified mail or registered mail.
The irony, you see?
Right. That, like, the difference in mailing. The reason why I didn't go back and serve them registered, because I already talked to them. They already waived service, and I already mailed my notice to withdraw the entry of default anyway, because we were in settlement talks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, I mean, he denied the entry of default, which if he didn't deny it, they probably will get that tomorrow, the notice to withdraw the default. So I didn't want the default judgment on that anyway, because we were already reaching a settlement. So him denying the entry of default, that wasn't a big deal. It was a moot point. But do you notice what wasn't denied? the motion for temporary restraining order and injunction in the complaint. Notice how they made them respond February 9th for the temporary injunction, and they had to respond by February 16th to the complaint. Notice all the core elements in the group was still operative. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, man.
That's the thing. A lot of people are gonna overlook that they don't have that understanding of what's going on because, like you were saying earlier about the tax situation, where you may you may be able to not owe something, but you may not get no money back. But in my mind, I'm like, that shares a win because my position was accepted.
Right. Yeah.
You get me? So and then and I expect to have a return that first year. So when I file it again, or whenever that time comes, and they see that I'm getting a refund back, it should really be no pushback because they already accepted, and I was cool with not getting shit, but they accepted it.
Right. And sometimes, and that's happened to me, that's happened to quite a few people. I know the IRS accepted their position, but they say, hey, you don't owe taxes on this, but you're also not doing refund. Zero out. We accepted. Okay, so you're not gonna owe tax. You don't owe any taxes on this filing, but you're not getting a refund. See, most people would not look at that as like, oh, that's cool. Refund. I need money. Refund. Money. I need the refund. I need the check. I want the big check like everybody else online. When the last time you seen someone with a 200, 300,000, 90,000, $100,000 check floating around on social media? When have you seen it for 2025? You ain't seen shit. Not in those amounts based on what they was filing in 2021 and 2022. It was quiet in 2025. And guess what? It's going to be quiet in 2026.
Sure is.
They have tightened up the regulations. They're not cutting $200,000 checks. It's over with. You want to know why? Because they passed an internal memo and strict to the rules. Unless we could substantiate all these credits, they're not getting nothing. And they did that October 2023. That's why it was quiet in 2024, 2025, 2026. So, but one thing about the Supreme Elite team, we don't base our total existence on relying on the IRS checks. Like everybody in my group, everybody's gainfully employed. Everybody does their thing. Like I don't sense no desperation out of anyone in the group. But when you're one of those desperate people out there and you're looking for a refund check that normally you got 12 months in a year and you can't accumulate that in 12 months in a year, you can't use your brain to accumulate at least 70,000 on the back end. Most people, they rely on these six-figure checks because they know and they have lack of belief in themselves that they can generate it in their normal everyday lives. This is why I'm not desperate for an IRS check. I'm not desperate because one thing about me in my everyday life, I'm going to do something productive so I could touch a couple dollars. Multiple streams of income. 2 investment properties. Y'all seen it?
Yeah.
Like that ain't, but that's the problem when you close your remedies off to one thing: IRS check, IRS check, IRS check. You don't know nothing else. You're still going to be a slave to the IRS. You're going to be at that will. You're going to be at their will. I say, you know what? Right. Instead of just the IRS, y'all, let's open our horizons. There, you with the credit stuff. That's an avenue. Tony, what you doing? That's an avenue. It's a lot of, and it springs from understanding the broad system that you could put your own remedy together. I'm all about people being in control of their own domains. I always say that. You think I want to be, y'all be relying on me or anyone over the next 5 years? No. Within that time, y'all should be spanking this shit for your own families, or even your own groups.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm appreciative because I understand the whole leverage thing to like a different aspect now because now I look at like, okay, if I can prove bare minimum, because like, for example, I was talking to one of my mentors, and I was like, yo, I want to do this. I want to buy this property. I want to buy a real estate portfolio. He's like, most people, they're not going to just sell you their portfolio just off the rip. You're going to need to buy one property and they're going to see how that goes. And then they still may not let you buy the full, but they're going to work with you because then they'll be like, hey, I ain't going to sell none of these to no one but you, right?
Yeah.
And it, you know, like, but it's like that leverage got me to be and have a conversation to open that door with my mentor.
Leverage,
Get
y'all.
me, right? And then he's like, "Yo, we've been talking," but it's a different type of conversation now I can have with him because you
Right,
know,
right.
and
And
it's beautiful, man.
that's what's the thing about this call. I wasn't the last thing I ever wanted to do was go to court. I kept calling them, sending. I said, "Listen, y'all,
Said
I
that
don't."
from the beginning too.
I was like, "Y'all, I don't want to take y'all to court. I don't want this playing out in public. It's too many people out there, too many eyes on it. Come on, y'all." And sometimes you gotta force the issue. But when they came back to the drawing board, like, all right, let's talk. How would settlement look out? Cool, we can settle. I don't even want to. That's I told her I don't even want to go to court anyway. Hell, you
Right.
speaking my language. Settlement, yeah, because I don't want to go to court anyway. Because
Right.
it should never like it goes back to what Tony just says, leverage, y'all.
Yeah.
I filed this lawsuit to put myself in a position to have leverage to get them to even agree to a settlement. It wasn't
Right.
because I wanted to go expose them and expose the finance system. No, you want to expose the finance system? Y'all expose it on your own time. It's not my job to expose the finance system for people. It's not my job. It's not my job. I'm not the Messiah. I'm not Jesus.
Man, it's just too big to even try to bring that down by
You'll
yourself.
never do it. You'll
No,
That will never even happen.
It's
People
never
gotta
happened.
understand that.
to
You
do
gotta
that, you
understand that.
need leverage for one. Motherfuckers can't even
We don't
understand
got
that.
no leverage. Do
You
you
need
think
more than that. It's just people don't
No,
understand.
facts. They need more, but just on bare minimum. If you
Right.
can't, you get me, and that's what that could be. That could make it a little more easier. It's still gonna be hard as fuck, but
Yeah,
if you can't understand that, like, come on.
yeah. It's a $19 trillion a day industry on the secondary
Yeah.
market. What do you actually think you're exposing and shutting down?
Nothing.
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 You're not stopping nothing. You're not the whole world operates like this. What makes you think you're gonna be the one to expose them? You'll never expose them. You will get railroaded before they let that happen.
Right. But that's what these people think. We can expose them and tear it all down. Oh, just for you to tear
So
everything down
what?
just for you.
So
These
everybody
people
got to
they're
suffer
not
because
dealing with
somebody else.
reality.
Right. Everybody don't think like this. Everybody don't
Right.
care about the sovereign state. Everybody want to pay their bills, do their regular life. Why you want to mess it up for them? Believe it or not, more people have no problem paying their bills than those who don't.
Right.
Like I had no problem paying my contract. I was proving a point. And if y'all remember from the beginning, what did I say? I said, y'all, I'm about to get a new vehicle. And then y'all know what happened. This was all using me as an example.
Right.
This whole thing from the beginning.
And that's how you taught the classes too.
Yep. I'm gonna use me as an example, y'all. We'll see how it goes. That's exactly what I said. We'll see how it goes.
That shit's literally real time. It is real time.
Real time.
Real time. You can't get no more real time than that.
Real everything from the top to
get
the end. Real
can't
time.
get any more real time than that.
Y'all saw it from the top to the beginning to the end. It was real time. And guess what? Even if I would have lost, I still would. Y'all know me. Y'all, this is why I lost. Let's talk about it. Let's explain it. I mean, that's just me. Because even I've noticed that even losses is a teaching lesson for everybody else. Y'all know that I haven't won every single 100% of my claims. Y'all know that. Some things I'm still fighting. I won 100%, but it's still a good teaching lesson. Like y'all can learn, okay, this is where he messed up at, so we not. You get what I'm saying? It can all be turned into a positive depending on your mindset. So let's get back to this call. So if that's the case, then I say, you know what? Instead of me paying grand for this truck, how about we knock it down to about 12,500 or 10 grand? Let's recap it off. Because at the end of the day, credit acceptance, you already, my loan. So if I was to go to court and say, hey, they're not, which is, if I was to go to court and say, hey, that's exactly what I did. I went to court and said, hey, Your Honor, this is the issue. This is going on. They ain't want to work with me. So I'm bringing it to y'all attention, and I guess we're here. And all throughout my complaint, I reiterated to the court that I attempted to settle this outside of court because I didn't want this in court. All throughout my complaint, I kept saying, hey, I tried to settle. I tried to inform them. However, they refused to, and I was still making my payments on time. However, so, hey, we're here now. Required in the state of Virginia to be a lien holder. And then you're not even Virginia to issue these type of loans. You're doing consumer lending. Mute your mic. Tahir, you good. I mean, it's just a plethora. And all I said was, hey, give me some grace. And let's restructure this. And I give you 10 grand for the vehicle. Right there. It's I'm at to meet the mic until you talk out here. So when I brought it to the group, remember I told y'all, I said, yo, I want to pay 10 grand. And it's kickback. Hey, you got hold on, let me edit your mic. Let me take that off. How about now? Damn, it's still on top here.
I can.
I
can mute it.
All right. Whenever you want to talk, just so I told them, I said, listen, I have everything. Y'all, I sent this to them. So when I found my lawsuit, there was no surprise how it was coming. They knew how it was coming for a year. So think about it. From a year when I first sent them my evidence to the time I filed the lawsuit, I still gave them a year. Like I gave them a year, like, y'all, come on now. Like, do we really want this in court in the public so everyone can see? Do we really want this? I don't. Do you? And they were banking on that I didn't know how to translate this in court. Most people still believe that court is about just telling the judge how they did you so wrong and you're supposed to get the win. And I tell you, courts do not operate like that. Strictly rules and procedure first. Y'all seen in the order that just came down? Y'all seen it? Strict rules and procedure. Although, I mean, I could have corrected that, but I just let it ride out like that because the attorney already made an appearance. We already said him, so there's no point in me. It was no point. This matter is about to resolve anyway. And this matter is officially resolved. 5 grand. You didn't put up 20 grand for that truck. You did. You went through the down payment, which they told me you all received it. But ma'am, this is damn. So you all know the y'all. I mean, I'm sorry it's redacted for the public, but y'all Supreme Elite Team Group, I'm going to drop this unredacted version into the group. It ain't nothing. Y'all ain't going to hear nothing that we ain't already talked about before. But there you go right there, y'all. There is, well, let me see if y'all could, I don't know why it does that, but y'all can see that's the agreement that we signed today. Our settlement agreement. The case is dismissed. The case is over. Let's just say that my issues were resolved. I'm not going to get into details on what it entails, but the case is over. The matter is resolved, and I have no more dealings, no more obligation. Everything's taken. My issues have been resolved. My claims have been adequately addressed. I'll just say that. My claims are adequately addressed. Just know that that's my truck outright. Owned and outright. I paid it off.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
Let's just say that.
Okay, so Lamont.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think you already spoke to. Yes, you did. And the specialist has already spoken to you regarding this, and you've already let us know about this issue.
See, I called them because I had a missed call from them. But this ain't my first time. This is like my 5th time talking to them about this, and they still refuse to budge. I said, "Oh man, y'all tough bargain. These people are not going to roll over and play dead." I hate when these teachers out here say, "Well, you let them know this, they're going to run and they're going to do this." No, they're not. They're going to double down and triple down. They're going to make them acquiesce. They're going to make you. They're going to call your bluff. If you think you could bluff with fee schedules and threats in your notices and Title 18 USC and that you could threaten, and you're not scaring nobody with your notices or your affidavits of truth. You're not scaring no one. No one is scared of y'all. They're not scared of you.
And you even stated that you were going to go to DMV and have our lien, removed.
But I'm trying to work with you.
There you go. I own that truck outright now. Oh shit. I own that truck outright. That's my truck now.
The thing about the contracts is the contracts, they're approved by you all. It is a credit acceptance retail installment agreement. You can't hide behind it. It's on. It is your form. It's your form.
We don't renegotiate loans. That's all submitted through it's only done through a dealership.
But ma'am, the loan,
we don't work.
I understand what you're saying.
The general public directly.
I understand what you're saying, but this I want you to understand with credit acceptance. The loan, it's not the loan that you're talking about.
Oh man. I wish I could have played the unredacted version. I wish I could have.
So you're talking about a loan, the deal.
God damn, that's some gas right there.
That's what would have been a loan. The dealer had
that's
with
fire.
you all into the
gas
that you all extended. This is your loan.
Woo, that was some heat I was spitting.
This is why.
Ah, man.
An issue. Yeah, this is not an issue that we can assist you with. I'm sorry. I believe this has already been discussed with you back on the 10th.
Told you. They're not going to budge. Y'all thinking they're going to just roll over and play dead? You better have legal stamina. You better have more than one slug in the chain. I'm telling you, you think after your first little scare letter, they're going to roll over and play dead. You have lost your mind. And I don't care if it's credit acceptance, any finance company, they're going to lure you up and they're going to make you. They're going to lure you up and say, come on, bring it. I dare you. And you better be 100%. Telling you, these people they're not scared. I don't know why they keep thinking these little fee schedules, these little letters, you violating my constitutional rights. They're not scared of you. They're not going nowhere, and they're not going to stop. Unless you are the Supreme Elite Team, which is more reason.
Don't miss out on this opportunity to litigate like a seasoned professional. Join the Supreme Elite Team University.
Thomas in the lobby, folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume with stories in the fine lines.
Yeah. So, hey y'all, remember class 4 of the real master netting class, the accounting class? Did I or did I not show you exactly from multiple court cases where everything I teach in the group, the judges were saying?
Oh
You
yeah,
can
he showed numerous
Mm-hmm.
court cases.
where
We had
how
classes a few times going over them cases, like separate parts.
but yeah, I try to tell y'all that there's only one way to fight this. Not y'all. I try to tell people out there 99% of everybody's method of fighting a mortgage is wrong online. Wrong. They're going to go securitization, chain of title is going to get dismissed. They're going to lead with that. It's going to be dismissed. Every guru online is leading with securitization and chain of title. That's all they're doing because they don't know any better. But, well, here's the thing. I'm calling the number back that just called me.
I know. And I don't know why, but I don't show that we reached out to you.
Yeah, you just called me. The phone rung 4 times. I couldn't get to it. That's why I'm calling this number back.
Okay. Well, and I'm sorry that I don't show that that our department reached out to you.
All right. Well, I don't know if this is your department, but all I'm going to just say this. All it says is credit acceptance 800-780-7022, and the call was placed at 3:41 p.m.
Okay. Well, I am sorry. There is no one from this department that reached out to you. I'm not showing any notes other than the ones that were noted on the 10th.
Well, I'm not saying this department reached out for me. I'm just saying this is the number that showed up on my caller ID 5 minutes ago.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know who called, and maybe it wasn't a ghost. Somebody from credit acceptance just tried to call me. Maybe it's the legal department that tried to call me, man. You make way for it. Could have been that instead of you all.
Nope. I don't show that there's anything illegal here.
Ma'am, we're talking about a missed call. We're not talking about a completed phone call. We're talking about a missed call.
Right, I understand. It could have been just our automated dialer.
Oh yeah, y'all can. As long as all these violations that I have against you all, you actually think that I'm about to just throw my money away to you all? No, absolutely not. You're in violation all over the board, man. I can't in good faith. I can't in good faith because y'all not operating in good faith with me. This is why you're being sued by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in the Supreme Court right now. This is why your deceptive practices. You are stealing money day by day. Woo-wee. Are convicting you. You can't even get a. They're the ones that are telling on your whole company. Your own are pretty much spilling the bean how you really operate. And then when I speak to the customer service agent, y'all have no clue what I'm talking about. Y'all have no idea what's going on. All you're there to do is to collect. Oh yeah, while we're on the phone, ma'am, I would like to withdraw my consent to any electronic signatures, any electronic conveyance. Notice how I said electronic signatures versus the wet ink signature? Whatever's on that credit application, I'm allowed to withdraw my consent. I do not consent from you trying to collect from me. I withdraw all consent. And that's on the credit application. I'm allowed to withdraw my consent. I do not want you collecting any sums of money under me because you're not entitled to the payment. Oh man, y'all. Whoever you tell them to contact me. Whoever that. Ooh. Gas. To contact me directly for payment. I don't want credit acceptance servicing my contract. So we're going to stop that. And yes, I will be having the lien removed. You bring your evidence with your attorneys. I'll bring my evidence. And we'll see who prevails.
All right, sir.
Thank you. All right. According to your conversation with the attorney, what we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was You're going about it standard operating procedures.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
Yeah. The settlement agreement has been signed today. The matter is resolved. Case is closed. There will be a joint motion filed this week to dismiss my lawsuit by both parties with prejudice, as we have reached an agreement in the matter of Mont Thomas versus Credit Acceptance Corporation. That's one down, plenty more to go. Now we're on to my clients and members of my groups, and we are aiming to play the game, and we're aiming to play the game to win. Ain't that serious though. It's hard out here. It gets hard for everyone. This is not a process where if you don't get $100 million off the government, you're not successful. It was never that. It was all a scam. It was all a fraud. You're never going to get $100 million off the government. That will never happen. Even if your documents are legit, they're not fucking cashing you out $100 million. Regardless of how legitimate you think it is, just look at the reality of it. Why would the government cash you out $100 million? The thing, being modest has gone completely out the window. What do you think is going to happen when the judge sees our documents versus what you see on social media today? Because I'm gonna tell you this, unless any of them can prove that they got professionals that says, yeah, they're correct, I would stay far away from them. Because no matter how you look at it, it's all the variation of the same sovereign citizen. So it doesn't matter how it's titled, it doesn't matter how it's styled, no, it doesn't matter if you reject the title of a sovereign citizen. If you submitted a process or done a process with that intent, you were doing a sovereign citizen process, whether you knew it or not. Well, that is, I don't know what else. Listen, y'all, I don't know what else to say, man. People are still going to have their opinions, and they're still going to do what they want. They're still going to make their decisions. And the only thing that I say is, until you get a foundation up under you, until you go through that phase in which, shout out to the Supreme Elite team, because this was something, when we started out, it was highly advanced, still is, highly technical. But the strides that the group has made to figure this stuff out and put the pieces together, I got to give the Supreme Elite team its flowers. I got to give the Supreme Elite team its flowers. Y'all caught up. Hasn't always been easy. I had to get on y'all. I had to drill it in your heads. I had to employ different tactics, but y'all are 100%.
You're rocking with the best.
I gotta give it up to y'all.
Sovereign citizen free.
Yes, sir. Sovereign. See, one thing, when you rock with me, you will be sovereign citizen.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tahir, they're gonna get hit with that bug. I'm gonna give them the antidote, so that sovereign citizen bug that bites them, they're gonna be cured from it.
Absolutely. For sure. 1000%.
Hey, no cap. So I don't know why the hell this echo. What the heck? I don't know what's going on with it, but I build a mic while we'll build it while you fly. Let's check this out.
Welcome to Sovereign Citizen Legal Encounters. All right, today we're going to be in Judge Holmes' court, where we have two self-represented individuals
who just can't seem to get along, and one of them doesn't like how the case is going. So let's go in and check it.
Hey, y'all, I told her they can hit the link on the 1 hour mark. Obviously, they're not gonna show up. You know, they don't have no real disputes. They're just disgruntled. Everybody wants their turn at the same time. My bad, it doesn't happen like that. And sometimes you just gotta everything happens when it happens, y'all. It's not going to be rushed. It's not going to be slowed down. It's going to happen when it's happened. If this is something that you truly want, and this is one thing that I'm always going to stand on, if 98% of the people actually knew what it took to be successful in this, they wouldn't even be here in the first place. They wouldn't be here in the first place. If they actually knew what this system's about and what it's hitting on and how hard it is to get the littlest of wins, the little wins, how hard it is to get, they wouldn't even be here in the first place. I know they wouldn't, because they don't have the patience for it. They don't have the mindset for it. And they don't have the mental stamina for it. This is why this system is reserved where only 2% of people win, the other 98% loses.
Check it out, get some snacks because it's high drama. Let's go.
All right. Then 26, 2005. I'm sorry, it's 26000005. All right. And this is Shravashe Patel versus Leslie McMillan. Do I have someone here on behalf of Patel? Good afternoon, Mr. Patel. You're on mute. You'll need to unmute by pressing *6. Mr. Patel, you'll have to press *6 or choose the button to unmute.
I got it.
Oh, fantastic. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right. Miss McMillan, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All right. Now, Mr. Patel, Miss McMillan, I recognize that we've seen each other before.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me ask a few questions, because my hope is that I can, remember, the court is an impartial third party, but my hope is that by having you both today and asking you some questions, maybe you both can get where you're aiming to go. Because I know that you both want something. It's a matter of, let's see if we can all get there, okay? So Mr. Patel, let me ask you a question. Is Miss McMillan physically, I understand she has items, but is she personally, as a human being, is she currently residing in, was it number 105?
Yes.
Is she currently using number 105 for more than just her items?
All right, so it looks like some type of eviction. So it looks like he wants her out, or he wants her items out. So it looks like he's the plaintiff and she's the defendant. So I can already tell this may go off the hinges just by looking at her and him. So let's see how it goes.
Yes.
When is the last time, to your knowledge, that Miss McMillan came and used the room?
Well, I have no idea, ma'am. I'm working 24 hours. So I got to do what I was doing here at the front desk. She's come and gone.
Okay. All right. So you don't have personal knowledge. Mr. Patel, here's my other question. When's the last time Miss McMillan gave you any money?
The last time she gave me money was sometimes in September 2025.
Okay. And Mr. Patel, you are a hotel operator.
Yes.
All right. And in September, what room was?
Hold on. He's a hotel operator and she hasn't paid her hotel. Uh-oh. Yeah, this might be a case where she just may be messed up in the game and need a place to stay. I've never seen a case like this. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Miss McMillan paid for
105, room number 105.
What kind of key is that?
It's a key, electronics key card key.
And per your terms and conditions, have you changed the key card on her?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I'm sorry, what you said, the key card holder?
Yeah, like is it like you have an electronic key and you charge it to that room, or is it a physical key that is keyed to a deadbolt?
No, it's not a physical key, no. It's
Okay.
just a key, electronic key card where you touch by the lock and it get open.
Miss McMillan, are you still living in Unit 105?
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
Christy, it says your device is not connected. So you got to connect your device.
I live in a temporary place right now.
But you don't live in Mr. Patel's hotel anymore.
I have not been there since October of 2025.
As I assumed, because I've heard this testimony from both of y'all before. Okay, so not a tenant. Ms. McMillan, do you still have items at the hotel?
Yes,
Are you
Your
wanting to
Honor.
get those items?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Patel, are you interested in Ms. McMillan coming and getting her stuff?
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all court's information, okay? Because I would love to get you where you want to go, but the way you're both pursuing it is not gonna get either of you what you want, okay? So, Ms. McMillan is not a tenant. She has not been a tenant in ordinary course as a tenant under the law since at least September, October, November. You are a lodger, Mr. Patel. As a hotel operator, your own receipts tell me that it is a lodging situation. She was paying to be a lodger for 30 days in advance, and then she stopped paying, at which case she's no longer a lodger. You're a hotel operator. She's not a tenant. That's why when you previously tried to evict her, I said you can't because she's not a tenant, right? If what you're trying to do is recover money or get rid of her stuff, there is a different mechanism for that. It's a different kind of civil suit, but an eviction will not get you where you want to go because she's not a tenant. In the same vein, Ms. McMillan, if you want to recover your items, a writ of reentry will not do it for you because you're not a tenant. If you are interested in filing a writ of retrieval, you might be eligible for that. And that is the document that you might want to encourage or look at or talk to legal aid about. Is this something for me, right? Now, that's just legal mechanisms. Mr. Patel, as a hoteler, you have rights and responsibilities for items that are left in the unit once someone leaves the hotel. You can contact any legal attorney you want about what to do with those items. Having said that, there's nothing whatsoever that prevents the two of you from agreeing to have a time where you come together. Ms. McMillan gets her stuff, and then Ms. Patel, you get your room back. But she's not a tenant sufficient for an eviction. And Ms. McMillan, likewise, I cannot give you a reentry because you don't have the right to be there. You both may have some other things you can do about the property that remains, if indeed you want to go and get
it. Excuse me, Judge. I already had a writ of reentry
I know
in this case, and I already won an eviction. I prevailed in the last one.
Ms. McMillan, I agree. He can't evict you because you're not a tenant. And I gave you a writ of reentry, but once we tried to serve it, we found out it didn't really qualify anymore. And so at this stage, if you filed for a new writ of reentry, I would deny it for the very testimony you just told me. You're not a tenant. A writ of retrieval, writ of retrieval may very well get you back the same things you want.
We have an oral lease, just like with the Acostas that had an oral lease.
I wonder how you signed those.
I've been paying for over a year and a half, month to month, oral lease. And
Ms. McMillan,
and I had you heard the video of him saying I'm a tenant. It was a tenant. And there's other people that are tenants there in cottages there.
Ms. McMillan.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I got you.
Mr. Patel.
Christy, if you want to come up, I think you have to connect your device, Christy, if you want to come up.
Well, the court has exhausted its information that it provides you. And I will say it again. I don't find any of your testimony to establish for me a lease here. Not anymore. You may have once been a tenant, but you're not. If you're trying to get back your property, there is another method for that. And Mr. Patel, if you're trying to remove her property, please seek legal advice as to how to do that. there is not right now a sufficient landlord-tenant relationship between the two parties. So an eviction is going to fail.
How could I have won an eviction and then been locked out and I prevailed in it, and then now all of a sudden I can't win another eviction? How is that even possible?
You're winning the eviction because you're not a tenant, Miss McMillan. That's what I'm saying. You keep saying you won the eviction. You were sued to be evicted, and you won because you weren't evicted, and you can't be evicted if you're not a tenant. It's like saying I can't get you divorced if you've never been married.
Is a lodger and a tenant are two different things. So you can't, these are the nuances, technical terms. You can't really evict her because she's not a tenant. She's a lodger, not a tenant. The difference. There she go. Welcome to the stage, Chris D. Hey, Chris, me and Karen, we rumbling in the jungle against Velocity. They got to answer to our summary judgment. We rumbling in the jungle. We rumbling in the jungle.
I saw that. That's amazing.
Yeah, we rumbling now. Hey, so you know what's so crazy about that is we was moving for our own summary judgment against them. I finished mine on the 12th. On the 5 minutes before I sent my summary judgment to Karen to file, she sends me Velocity's motion for summary judgment that they filed on the 5th, a week before. Now, the judges usually rules on those within 7 days. Yo, do you know the judge made theirs sit until they went back to court? Last week, and they got to respond to our summary judgment now. I try to tell Velocity, y'all already lost at the beginning stages. I don't think y'all really understand that. And Karen is due for a summary judgment victory because let me just be honest with you. Their time to win was at the initial complaint. Once we invalidated that complaint, they are pretty much stuck in the water and they can't do anything retroactively to cure any defects that we raise. So this is turning into a pretty interesting case, but we're fighting, we rumble in the jungle, and I'm in contact with Karen almost something like every other week. I actually like Karen. So for everybody that's listening, when you are clients and you get services, one of the key things that you have to do is you have to stay in contact. Just like how we, like me and Karen and Mr. Matthew and all of them, we actually stay in contact. We actually talk, y'all. It's not just here, all right, and then you go away for 6 months. You actually stay in contact. We actually get into a dialogue. And shout out to Karen for actually reading and studying the documents and the complaints that I sent her, because when she went to court, she raised the key core elements that we went over in our game plan, and she is still fighting through. They filed this complaint against her back in July. It's now January, and they still haven't got the judgment. That is what we do.
You're rocking with the best.
So let's see what's going on here, because it looks like she's winning, but I don't think she understands that she's winning. So she started becoming combative because I don't think she understands that she's winning, and the judge is trying to tell her she's winning, but I don't think she's paying attention to the fact that the judge is trying to tell her she's winning.
He's an attorney. She's just not getting it.
Y'all are not married anymore.
It was because he didn't give a proper notice to vacate. That's the reason why.
That was then. Today, though, right now, Mr. Patel
It's the same situation.
Ms.
He
McMillan,
refiled and he refiled and he refiled.
Here we go. It's starting to kick up now. Starting to kick up. Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
Do you want to be evicted or do you want to win again?
I just want my stuff, but I have more rights.
Miss McMillan, I've even called legal aid on your behalf. Look at, I'm going to say this, writ of reentry will fail because you are not a tenant, as you just testified. There's other versions out there.
That's not what I testified to. I testified that I have not been able to stay there, as is my legal right, since October of 2025 because of his violence.
Where did that come from?
I would have stayed there. If the owner would have been served, the true owner, I had every right to be there. I prevailed in the eviction. I haven't been able to stay there because I'm afraid of this guy because of his violent
Ms.
behavior.
McMillan, have you paid rent for January, December?
No.
Then
And he
you would
owes me money.
Ms. McMillan, then you would be evicted today for non-payment. You see, either you're evicted.
But he didn't even file the proper notice to vacate.
I actually don't see that. It looks like his notice to vacate was fine. I just said it's failed.
Can you file a notice, which I haven't even been served, so I haven't even seen it. He doesn't ever serve any of the documents that he gives to you all. And then can he file a notice to vacate when the appeal window is still in the appeal for the last eviction?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The landlord can exercise all of their rights. He can appeal and give you notice to vacate all in the same day.
And then he can reuse the same notice to vacate because he dismissed that eviction and he refiled the same day and did not give me another notice to vacate.
He can try, but I've just found against him.
Ma'am, I did. She came on December 5th. I did like the way in an envelope, set it up outside and inside the room. She came and picked it up.
As I see it, as y'all.
Hey, y'all, I got a question. Were they dating, or is this just a regular agreement? Do it look like they was dating, or is this just, I don't know what's going on here.
I've explained it. There are two options for what I can give you. Either Ms. McMillan is a tenant who's not paid her rent and she's evicted today for non-payment, or Mr. Patel doesn't have a tenant because she hasn't resided there in well over a month, and as a result, the case is dismissed. Neither of you are happy with that outcome, but that's what I'm left with, and that's the ruling. Court says plaintiff take nothing. I don't find that Ms. McMillan's a tenant, and Ms. McMillan, no other conversation. Please contact legal aid about how to recover your property when you are not a tenant. There is a method for that.
She's trying to throw you a bone, Miss McMillan. The judge is trying to tell you you're right in multiple cases here. She's giving you a bone. You need to pay attention.
Form for it, and I am happy to sign it, and you can go and get your stuff from Mr. Patel, who wants you to get your stuff and leave. Okay. All parties are excused.
Is it like a
Ms. McMillan, what's that?
Like, how long do I have to get it? Did you see like the U-Haul reservation that I had already like planned before he locked me?
That matters.
Out. I still don't have a key. I'm afraid of this guy. I've asked for protection from this man since I filed the original writ of reentry. Like, you guys aren't protecting me at all. I would have gotten my stuff out.
Okay, this is the part when you just shut up and leave.
Like, I don't want to have my stuff over the holidays. Like, I mean,
Ms. McMillan, please contact legal aid again. Please. Okay, and Mr. Patel, please contact a lawyer. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh.
It strikes me again and again, you're both just this side of where you need to be, especially when you both seem to be wanting the same thing, which is Ms. McMillan to get her stuff back. All right.
Is he gonna let me get my stuff back safe?
Oh my gosh, lady.
Flee?
Yes.
Like,
parties can absolutely arrange that on their own, right? I want everyone.
I have a lot of filings that I've asked to.
Oh my gosh, what?
Be filed that I've asked to have the court look at, and
Ms.
one of
McMillan,
them is.
Yeah, see, this is one thing, teacher moment right here. This is a teacher moment. This is the part where after when she said parties are excused, and then she allowed her that one little second, Miss Miller with it, then she said her piece, and then she said contact legal aid. As soon as she said contact legal aid, the judge doesn't give two rats asses what you gotta say after that point. It's over. Leave, contact legal aid, go get your stuff, move on with your life. Simple fix.
I have reviewed them, and I have been as clear as I possibly can with you.
Okay, so you're not going to file to protect me.
See, there you go right here. Bam. Classic example, being too emotionally charged for court. Here you go. Let's see it. Here it goes now.
So you're not gonna like file to make sure that I'm
I
protected?
will never file on your behalf, Ms. McMillan. I'm the judge.
No, I mean find for me to be protected. And how do I get a key? And he's told me that I cannot contact him
Ms.
to
McMillan,
obstruct. So
okay.
like, how do I do
all
all that?
parties are excused. I don't think we're being very constructive. Please contact either Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid or any legal aid services about recovering items when you are no longer a tenant.
For the 5th time.
Because you're not a tenant. That's why you're not evicted. And Mr. Patel, you know, parties can, everyone seems to want the same thing. I want y'all to have the same thing. But legally, it's not an eviction, and therefore it wouldn't be a writ of reentry. Y'all are past that stage.
I don't understand how that could even be, but
because you don't understand court procedures. That's why. That's why.
How do I even go?
When you don't understand court procedures, you will always think that the court is railroading you. It's a conspiracy against your rights. They're trying to prevent you from asserting your rights. And the whole time, with a lot of people who think like that, they really don't understand how court works and the rules and procedures and the nuances that goes on with court. So they think they're being, adversely affected. In reality, the court is just operated by its normal rules and procedure. But it's not the judge's job to inform you of the rules and procedure. In fact, they're not even going to tell you what the rules and procedures are because they're not allowed to, because every party in court is presumed to know the rules and procedure of court, and you're not going to get any latitude in that. You may get a little latitude in your motion if you're not saying the words correctly or they're liberally construing what you mean. So you may not be arguing correctly, but they know what you're trying to say. So they'll take it as you're trying to say what you're really trying to say, but you're just not saying it correctly. That's about it. And they may help you with your questionings and cross-examinations. They won't allow you to get objected to death because they don't know you. They know you don't know how to form legal questions. So they may give you a little latitude with that. But when it comes to rules of procedure, no judge is going to give you any latitude. Either know or you don't.
About to get a key and get my things.
Ms. McMillan, that's legal advice. And per what I'm saying is you don't have the right to have a key.
What did I just say? That's legal advice, and no judge is going to give you legal advice.
Because you're not a tenant.
But I was a tenant, but
oh my God, lady, where's the exit button?
Now I'm not a tenant, even though everything is the same.
Yes.
Like I had a key.
Ms. McMillan, here's why. Because you don't have a lease. You were staying at a hotel and your time for the hotel came to an end and you didn't pay.
I have an oral lease.
Oh, there's no, oh my gosh. Oh my God, let me turn it down for us. Let me calm down. Ms. McMillan, what part don't you understand that you cannot have a lease as a hotel lodger? There's no such thing as a lease in that regard. Why you keep saying you had a lease?
I have an oral lease longer than the Acostas that you just said had an oral lease for a bunch of guys that might have been squatters. And
what does that have to do with the price of egg in Tajikistan? Has nothing to do with the matter at hand.
And you said that it's an oral lease, and but I don't have a lease. Like
all parties are excused. Thank you very much.
How do I appeal?
Never mind. Go ahead. Just go continue to make a fool out of yourself. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Do I have the 5 days to appeal?
You said what?
I find that's why majority of the stay against scam. Is that mindset and mentality right there? Like,
right.
Come on.
It's
come on.
Like be so loud. And I've never met a collective group of people like I met in these spaces who are always loud and wrong. I can see if you're loud and you're right, but I never met people collectively that they're all just loud and they're all just wrong. They all got all the opinions on how it works, but they're all just wrong. It's mind-blowing.
You've won, Miss McMillan.
She don't even understand that she won. Like, she don't even get it. She won because it was filed as an eviction, but there's no lease. So there can't be an eviction in a hotel because you are considered a lodger. Lodger. You're not a tenant like an apartment or you're renting a house or a room or something. So she won on that regard. Lady, the judge keeps telling you, contact legal aid. You may have some claims here. Contact legal aid, contact legal aid. But she wants to sit here and argue the judge down, not even catching the context clues.
What are you appealing?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Oh, God.
I'm appealing because he's going to do something to my stuff, and I don't know how to get a key to get my stuff.
You can't appeal based on what may or may not happen, ma'am. That is not how it works in this country. You can't call the police because someone's about to assault me. Well, depending on circumstances, you may. You can't call the police because someone's about to steal from the store. You can't call the police because someone may be trying to rob you. Like, what are you talking about? Just please leave.
Stuff, and you're not keeping me protected.
It's not her job. She's not your personal security guard.
Ms. McMillan, we're done. Court is over. Please contact Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid about a writ of retrieval.
The judge keeps telling her what to file. A writ of retrieval. And the judge already says she'll sign off. See, this is when you are so that's why I tell everybody, I don't give a damn if you facing losing your home, you face losing your vehicle, I don't give you credit cards, I don't care what the situation is. I'm going to approach this like a practical rules and procedure way. You cannot get too emotionally attached and charged up about your situation because you're not going to be making coherent decisions that are in your best interest.
Holmes is about to snap.
You're the one who said Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid is not good, and you're right.
No, they're
and I
great.
tried to find. You're the one who
is outstanding. I know they're very busy.
No, you told me that.
Don't ever tell. This is another rule. Don't ever say, Judge, you told me this. Don't do that in court.
That they were, when we had issues on this before during the writ of reentry, you said there was a problem with them, and there is. And anyway, that's I mean, I've got to get this stuff on the record.
We're not a court of record, Ms. McMillan. That's why you can appeal de novo.
They're not even a court of record. Why? Let me ask you guys, why do people are so like, is it on the record? On the record? Is this a court of record? Are we on the record? Are we on the, what the hell does that mean when your arguments are frivolous anyway?
All right. All parties are excused.
Well, this is definitely a wild hearing, and Judge Holmes was pushed to her limit on this one. And the lady just didn't want to listen to.
Our next matter is 2602. This one is Guadalupe Acosta versus Kenneth George Chandler and Joseph Jimenez. Do I have someone here on behalf of Guadalupe Acosta? I see, Ms. Acosta, I can see that you're on your phone. You'll need to press *6 to unmute.
And I just sent them a request to mute.
Oh,
now, Ms. Acosta, on your phone, if you press *6.
His was on the notice
January the 3rd.
Okay. What's the reason you're seeking to evict the defendants?
The guy just showed up, started staying, got a handful of people that are just staying at the house and tearing up my house, filling it full of crap, rummaging through the neighbors' garages, rummaging through the maintenance guy's truck that I sent over there to, just troubles.
Ms. Acosta.
No one called the police on him?
Ms. Acosta.
Yes. Sorry.
Did the plaintiff have a lease with the defendant at any point?
Nope.
There you go. Told you. They think court is just about, they did this, this is why you should give me what I want, Judge. Now the judge is asking legal procedure questions.
No lease. All right. Do you know how the defendant came to have possession of the property?
My nephew, who is he's troubled. He has mental issues. He's been in prison. My parents put him in one of their houses.
Ms. Acosta, I don't care about your nephew's history. I just need to know how did the defendant get into the property?
When a judge asks you a direct question, or when you're getting asked a direct question, direct answers only. You don't get off into a tangent, start rambling on what happened before you want to answer the question or try to get these little points in. They're going to shut you down every time. But I think you already know this.
Showed up. They just showed up. They met Brandon on the street and they just showed up.
Yeah?
I mean, from what I gather from my nephew and from them, they just showed up and started staying.
So your nephew is who gave them access?
I guess, Judge, he leaves the door open, so whoever wants to come in comes in. I can't get him. We're going to get him out as well.
Okay, so Mr. Costa, if I understand correctly, what you're saying on behalf of the plaintiff is that the defendants are not tenants and they've never had a lease.
They have never had a lease. I think in November or December, because they were just staying there. More people were showing up. My mom did tell him that if he wanted to stay, that he could pay $400. That would at least pay for the utilities. And I think in November or beginning of December, he gave Mom $200. And that has been it.
Well, now that's a lease.
I was just about to say, that's a verbal agreement. You allow him to stay. You shouldn't have took the money. You shouldn't have took the money. That's an agreement. You can stay, $400, pay for the utilities. That's a verb. Now he can be there.
Okay.
Right. So let's get the story accurate and avoid any sort of emotional
Right.
story. Right.
I told you. Look. Hold on.
The defendants. Let's get the story accurate and avoid any sort of emotional story. Right.
Told you. Emotional. What is she? Emotional and emotionally charged up and judged that. Told you. And she lied. She lied. Guadalupe Acosta just lied. Because she said there was no lease, no nothing, but you had an agreement that he could stay there if you paid $400 for the utilities. That is a legal lease.
The defendants at some point came over and began staying at a unit that is owned by Miss Acosta, correct?
Yes.
Does Miss Acosta live there too?
Nope.
Okay, so this is a completely separate place from her.
Yes.
All right. Now, when, to your knowledge, or does Miss Acosta know, when did the defendants first come and start staying at this property?
When did they start staying? Like November?
Probably in October, November.
October, November.
All right, sometime in October. All right. Now, did Miss Acosta tell them to leave?
Yes.
Lots of times.
In October, did you tell them you don't have permission to be here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and they stayed?
Yes.
Did there come a point where you agreed to accept money for rent?
Well, in December, he gave me 200.
No. Remember, Miss Acosta, you're dealing with a litigator as well. He just pops up with $200. Yeah, out the blue, here go $200. No, what really happened?
But he kept telling me that he was going to pay and that he was going to pay and this and that, and he just.
What was he going to, Miss Acosta? What was he going to pay?
$400 a month.
There you go. Told you. I told you. I am a litigator. I'm a litigator. I know how this stuff works. You don't pop up with $200. There was an elite. There was since he was going to be there, they was like, hell, since you're going to be here, you how about you $400 a month? Now we getting somewhere. Y'all.
So that was the agreement for rent.
Yes.
Then that's a lease. Got it. Have a lease. So they're not.
So they went all the way just to. Told you.
Squatters. They're not just random people. You knew they moved in, and then you agreed to let them stay for $400 a month. If you didn't pay, that's a different story. Okay. So we have a lease with an agreement of $400 per month. All right, Mr. Acosta. After y'all agreed that he could pay $400 a month, did he pay $400?
No.
How much did he pay?
200.
And when was that?
In December.
January 2nd.
No, it wasn't January.
Mr. Jimenez,
Sorry,
you need to speak out loud. I'll be honest. You telling me you paid in January does not help your situation.
I know.
Duh.
Sorry about
All
that.
right, so just be quiet. Ms. Acosta, he said he gave you $200 in December?
Yes.
All right, so he agreed in November? to pay 400, but did not. And then
No.
in December, he only gave you half the rent.
Yes.
Who gave you the $200? Was it Mr. Jimenez or his counterpart?
No, he's Mr. Jimenez.
So he gave you $200, but his roommate didn't give you anything.
No, nothing, not a nickel.
All right, only take $200. How about January? Has any rent been given to you for the month of January, Ms. Acosta?
No.
Take advantage of them old ladies like.
All right. Did you give them a notice to vacate?
Yes.
When was that?
Served Jimenez on January the 3rd. That's when I took the Texas notice to quit. And then we went to the court the following week and filed with the court. And then the constable served him.
Ms. Acosta, the notice to vacate that you provided the defendants, did it give them an opportunity to pay and cure?
Let me see. Yes, we asked for $400, and if payment was not made within 3 days, and that was on January the 3rd.
All right. Forgive me, my system is being very slow to pull up y'all's documents.
No.
Are you
Yeah.
with Odyssey?
Pardon me?
Is Odyssey broken slow for you? I mean, it is.
Yeah, it
begging to
keeps
pull up.
spinning, and it took a long time to try to send the documents to you.
No, mine's been going fine actually. Let me see. Let me try opening a document.
To be fair though, they only asked for $400. I mean, come on, broski. Like you can't handle $400. Like, shit. Try paying $24.20 a month.
All right, I'm gonna just share my screen. See this notice to quit. To Joseph Jimenez, dated January 3rd.
Can we
In
get
accordance with the laws of the state of Texas.
potatoes?
Prepped, painted, everything. And then we agreed that it would, for me and Chandler, it would pay up until the halfway through December. And then during that agreement, agreed that we would be painting the living room as well to pay for the rest of the year. And then on January 2nd is when that $400 payment would be due. And then January 2nd, I gave him $200. Next day, I was served a notice to quit.
All right. That sounds, that's exactly as expected, right? So rent wasn't paid in full. They said, hey, pay or leave. Did y'all
Yeah.
finish paying off the rent?
I can. I have
Yes, I was also, I'm sorry.
The answer is no.
Also,
Y'all did not pay or vacate by the deadline given in the letter.
Yeah, well, I was also filed on. They filed on the third day. I tried to actually give them payment, but they wouldn't.
yeah, I did the same, and I said I had the whole payment, and then they also said that to keep your money, don't worry about it. We're gonna get y'all out of here, and that was it. I mean,
All right, Ms. Acosta. Both
Yes, ma'am.
defendants say that they came on the final day to make payment in full, and that you refused to accept payment. Is that correct?
No, ma'am. They never have offered to pay in full. Never.
no,
All right.
They're full of excuses.
no, you did
Mr.
say
Chandler?
that. I'm sorry.
Mr.
No.
Chandler.
Chandler.
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Quiet. Mr. Chandler? Did
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
any proof that you attempted to make payment before the deadline?
Yeah, I also, well, yeah, well, by my notes, but that same day, I mean, Joseph was there as well. I mean, the witness was there. I even told Brandon. I mean, I tried talking to him. I also tried meeting them outside the house, and and we were supposed to meet at a certain time, and they chose to go to the house first. You know what I'm saying? And after we had a meeting that we were supposed to meet at 2:00 at my job. So that's why I was going to give him the payment on it. And I told him I have the full payment. She said, "Don't worry about it. You're getting to me." She just cut it short. And then
Mr. Chandler, Mr.
Yes,
Chandler,
ma'am.
if what you're saying to me is that they could have come up to my job and got the payment for the rent that I was already late on, that's not a defense here. Did you get the money in their hand by the end of the day?
Yeah, she told me, "Keep your money. Don't worry about it." She said,
And the answer
"I
is
promise
no.
you." Well, do because of what she said.
Ms. Acosta, did he call and arrange to take payment with you? Did you tell him to keep his money?
No, no, ma'am.
He hasn't paid a nickel.
I'm wondering if they looked at the rules for being evicted and decided to say, oh, yeah, we tried to offer them payment and they refused it. Do you think they're telling the truth or you think it's a made up story? Well, let me know in the comments.
I don't know about turning out no damn money.
Nope.
I don't know you turned out no damn money now. I don't know about all that now. Jimmy Joseph Jimenez, Jimmy the Cricket. I don't know. You got to tighten up.
And I'm sorry, we also agreed that we was going to pay $100 a month.
A week.
A week. I'm sorry, $100 a week. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, Mr. Jimenez, Mr. Chandler, did either of you pay $100 January 1st?
The payment was due on the 2nd, and I paid him $200 on the 2nd. I would be technically $100.
Mr. Jimenez, Mr. Jimenez,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
said you paid rent January 2nd?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you make that payment?
It was cash payment.
Who'd you give the cash to?
Miss Rafaelita.
Who's that?
That's Miss Acosta.
Owner.
In red, Ms. Acosta?
Ma'am.
Yes.
I'm identifying her, that's in red?
Yes.
Ms. Acosta, Mr. Jimenez, under oath, is telling me that he gave you $200 on January 2nd. Did you receive money from him January 2nd?
It was in December.
Probably the end of December or something like that, but probably like a couple of days. You know, they a little old, maybe a little senile. You're a little old. They probably don't remember. But are you tired of paying for services? Are you tired of taking your chance with these social media online teachers and just because they got a large following, they know what they're talking about? Are you tired of that? Do you want to learn how to litigate like a seasoned professional and be in control of your own domain? Join the Supreme Elite Team University.
Don't miss out on this opportunity to litigate like a seasoned professional. Join the Supreme Elite Team University.
Thomas in the lobby. Folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume with stories in the fine lines.
Mr. Jimenez, is there a chance that there's a confusion between you?
I don't confuse money or numbers.
What proof do you have?
I
Can you
have,
tell me the description of how it happened on the 2nd?
as of that date, to show that date,
Yeah, like how'd you pay her on the 2nd? Did you give her cash? Did you give her a check?
your cash. But the only, I asked for a receipt as well, and I just got a text message just to confirm that.
Do you have a text message?
I think I have it from Miss Diane, their aunt.
Who's Miss Diane?
That's me.
All right. Miss
Yeah,
Ma'am?
and he had asked me to send it to him. I sent it to him. I don't know what day I sent it.
No. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
What did you send him?
I think when he asked me to, I just tell him that yes, that he had given mom $200, but I didn't put down the date because I didn't know what date he'd. Given it.
That's not good.
One of the days that I went to the house to check.
Okay.
I have a text message that says received $200. It was dated January the 3rd.
So this is where the discrepancy of the date and time. He provided that he gave him $200 on January 3rd. He says the date was January 3rd, right? The burden is on Miss Guadalupe or Acosta to dispute that it was on a date other than January 3rd. So I believe Joseph Jimenez has a favorable position in this regard. I may be wrong, but he gave a date. He gave a text message. They said they don't know the date. So I'm like,
Day after when I was served the notice to quit.
Nope.
Okay.
I have a text message
Ultimately,
from
y'all, ultimately, when I look at these things, Ms. Acosta, I'm afraid it's going to be a judgment for the defendant. And
what did I? Oh my gosh. Did I say I was right when he was in a favorable position? I told you I am a litigator. I know these things. Court, let's get it. Let's go. Just looking at the evidence, I said, oh, it looks like he. And you want to know what helped, what didn't help? They started off lying, saying that there was no agreement. And once you start off not being 100% truthful, it doesn't look favorable to judges. Once he said, I did it January 3rd, and they sent me a text message. The burden is on them to show that the payment was on another date because he testified under oath. That's how court goes. The burden shifts left and right. They file a complaint, you respond, okay, the burden's on them too, but they respond, okay, the burden's back. It's like tennis. Court is like a tennis match. The burden shifts throughout the proceedings. Whoever ends up at the last stage and don't hit that ball back over the tennis net, those are the ones that lose.
Here's a reason, and you're not going to like it. Your notice to vacate, you filed 1 day too soon.
Too early.
That's 100% correct. Mr. Jimenez raised that issue, and he's right. The notice to vacate, I'm going to say that it's valid because it tells him to pay or vacate, right? But you gave him 3 days, and the third day would have ended at the end of the 6th. You can't file it on that date. You filed 1 day too soon.
You were supposed to let the full 3 days go, and then probably like the day, like a full day after file. You don't file it on the 6th because technically he still has that full day to make a payment. But since y'all was so interested in him out, Ms. Guadalupe.
So keep that in mind if you wish to pursue this again against Mr. Chandler, Mr. Jimenez, assuming that things don't otherwise work out.
I think they'll work it out. I think they'll end up working it out. He said he paints, and I guarantee that they're going to be like $350, $400 a month, and I'll paint the house, and I'll get the house back in order for you, because that looks like that was their major issue. If he agrees and sticks to it that he's going to get the house back in order and pay $400 a month, I guarantee they're going to let him stay. I guarantee it.
Also, be very important, y'all. This is for all parties. The timing is very different now. You cannot include the day you send it, and if it ends on a Saturday or a holiday, they get an extra.
The next business day. Hey, y'all, when I say timing in court is one of the most important things of court, timing. I say this in group all the time. The timing is so important. Your timing, the timing. It's in the court rules. Timing of motions, timing. When to file a motion for summary judgment, when not to, when it's too early, when you're procedurally barred, when you're time barred, I'm telling you, those are some of the most important nuances of court.
Time. So
okay,
this is a huge change.
Judge, I do have a deal. Judge, we served Chandler on.
Doesn't matter what you serve, you lost, ma'am. So when it boils down to it, I want to thank you all for pulling up today. Hey, y'all, we already know what the end results was. To wrap it up, my ongoing lawsuit with Credit Acceptance Corporation has ended in a settlement with Credit Acceptance. I can't get into the details of the settlement, but just know that all my core issues and my complaints, you see my videos throughout the summertime and the phone calls and the documents and the file. If you've been following this matter, because I've been posting on YouTube consistently throughout the months, the matter has resolved in a settlement of the case. We have reached an agreement. I think within 7 days, me and Credit Acceptance will be filing a joint motion to dismiss my lawsuit because all of my issues raised and all my concerns have been addressed, and there's no more need for further litigation. One gone.
Empire Talk, Boardroom Aura, New Culture. We set order. Thomas in the lobby. Folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume. War stories in the fine line. Supreme elate. Circle around the table. Every seated throne. Consumer finance in his bloodstream. Built it from a student loan. He can read a balance sheet. like a Judge Raton. See the trap in every clause before the ink is dried on. They sell dreams on installments, he just ordered the spell. Break a predatory scheme down to decimal hell. Securitization flow, turn a contract to a bond chain. He can trace the money trail backwards in a rainstorm. Same lane, receipts in a briefcase, dates, times, bank names. You bring vibes to the courtroom, he bring numbers in case names. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with these. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with these. You seen lenders flip scripts, turn a whip to a shackle. Interest climbing every month to your paycheck battle. But he peeled back price and APR under the mask. See the spread versus the funding, who's skimming off the past. He no chalk off, roll rates, lost curves in his sleep. How they package up defaults and sell pain on Wall Street. He cross-check statements with the filings and the forecast. Find a misstep and turn one comma to a court clash. Consumer on the stand, heart racing in the cheap suit. He translate legalese to plain talk, clean truth. Litigation in his left hand, excel in his right. Tell a judge what the bank did, cell by cell, line by line. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. We got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. They move in the margins, he read in between. They hide it in footnotes, he pull it on screen. From the boroughs to the boardroom, same concrete. Thomas built a whole empire off one word, receive. Pay vision, JD rhythm in his cadence. Double check the debits, then dismantle all the plaintiffs. Underrated models, he can see where they cheat. Assumptions too rosy on a loss rate sheet. Dockets on the desk, he align them like a chessboard. Case law, cash flows, every step, next chord. Supreme elite follow, blueprints not gossip, they talk bag. He talk tax, keep profit, new culture empire. This is financial defense, teaching credit as a weapon, not a lifelong sentence. From credit acceptance battles to the hallways of appeal, time has turned every closed door to a signed, sealed deal. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease.
Running in bang, whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global stand. On my wrist like a stage, they can't claim. You look like you wanna let go of stress. What's up? I thought so, okay. I'm back in this symphony, stuck on the band. What's up? I thought so, okay, yeah. Running it bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global band. It's bang. Fresh white tee, chrome on the rim. Big body slide, whole block looks slim. Wrist on chill, but the boy too hot. Turn my last L to a key to the spot. Plug on the phone, say let's slide. Came from the back, now we front row live. Couch full of cash, can't sit, can't fold. Used to pray for a play, now it's overload. Run it up, running bang, bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Spinning that leaf, going global. Ooh, expand. Blue. Shorty too thick, attitude too. Say she want a boss, not a boy in the crew. Stamp my name on the side of her glass. Say she feel safe when I'm hitting the gas. Mama in the crib, fridge stay packed. All them long nights, put food in the stack. Talk about stay down, I really did that. From the floor to the floor type check. Had nothing but hope in the half tank. Now it's 10 toes down, all gas. No thanks, if they cross that line, that's a bad move. We don't double run it up, running mid-range. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hands. She rolling the dice, got looking at things. Smoking that leaf, going global. Expand,